imposed, avoiding the fathers, but instead arise from their own sources? What are the laws of attraction? Could they be as mysterious and round as the ampersand, as open as the laws of chance? What if that was the only law, the law that negotiates all others?
But the law of chance, Einstein would object, isn't a law at all. The probabilistic atom, statistical stars, random rain, God rolling dice like stolen thunder, old man in the field of modern science that is forever foreign. No, Einstein liked his expressions perfect, as severely free as Bach, Dante's rose in his lapel. The Mozart math of 1905, E equals MC squared. No chance.
Or chance, no problem, drifting in and out of formulae, with music in the background, though more likely the Cars or Devo than Bach or Mozart. At my undersized child's desk, back in my room, figuring math problems in low light, where concentration never required silence, the flow of thought severely free, the laws almost those of chance, a chorale in which thinking could be perfect, could, as never again, irrefutably be right. And this is letter N. Near noon at the Math and Science Center,
The quiet, mechanical hum, nearly like thinking.
Poring over abstract puzzles, pondering the N factor.
The centre of what? The institution's architectural equation.
Nearing the core, negating peripheries.
Implosion of imagery, the exact silences.
Next to nothing.
The next two pieces are theme poems again, but written differently. Instead of separate sections and 3 parts, we wrote them like we'd normally write the letter poems in alternate lines.
The first one is called Curious Tokens. The title, or the line the title comes from, is from a Whitman poem. I saw in Louisiana a live oak growing, and I think I was always just coming from my American poetry class, coming here, so I was often thinking that's where our American poetry or American fiction, anyway, one of my American literature classes, which is why Poe and Whitman and Nick Flynn, anyway, we had just been, or were about to read this great little sad, beautiful poem by Whitman about male companionship and loneliness. So that's where the title comes from.
Okay. Curious Tokens. A stone from the beach, the magic stone in the child's hand.
Picking up curious tokens, wild flowers, live oak branch, birds' eggs, stories deeply embedded in things.
Taken on the wing of your walks, and sometimes stolen, the light-fingered boy.
The joys of collection, assembling worlds from things, magic stones, beach glass, moving parts, the small machines made out of words.
The exquisite miniatures of Dickinson, say, mechanisms wound like nerves, relaxing into something utterly, unutterably unmechanical.
And yet precise as a stone in the hand, ready to skip in perfect elliptical arcs across a wide, flat plain.
Watching it go, empty-handed. A few years ago, I had the honour of hosting an informal seminar series at the university on integrative science and philosophy. It was an exploration of similarities and differences between different scientific worldviews, juxtaposing in particular Native American and Western approaches. The reading for one seminar was taken from a wonderful book called The Physics of Angels, exploring the realm where science and spirit meet, by the Episcopal priest Matthew Fox and the renegade scientist Rupert Sheldrake. During the seminar, I had the chance to ask a question that some found shocking, especially in the setting of a modern, sober, enlightened academy. I never thought I'd have the chance to ask it again, but tonight I'm going to. How many people here believe in angels? Okay. We'll talk later.
Evicted angels. We used to believe in them.
When we could dance, before our heads turned to pins, putting, as Keats said, too fine a point on the world.
Then we turned them from their gardens and row homes, at a loss for words, for handholds, slipping with them down a greasy pole.
Not even knowing we were losing them, kicking them out of our suburban souls, the kind that see demons even in dandelions. Weed men, weed the garden, weed Eden before
they return, their notices rewritten, their plots straightened out, and start hanging around the corridors, smoking cigarettes, frying fish in poorly ventilated spaces.
Our well-planned paradise going to the devil, grown wild, oh, the lovely lawn. The proprietaries of property abandoned, as the squatters, original owners, return.
Okay, this is meetings. Interminable or unplanned extensions of the day. What if life was all meetings? What if it was always alone? Much easier the second way, perhaps. No need for awkward fumblings for the right phrase, the place to rest your eyes, the appropriate rule of order, the words that will be slightly less distracted.
Bodies stuck in the meetings of minds. As Foucault asked, what would a non-corporal punishment look like? Nietzsche waiting till any other business to break his news.
Broken bodies, broken pens, piles of shattered sheets. What to do with recycling bins under the encroaching canopy of words. All right. The next one is another associated call and response poem. I need to give you one more key here. One line is the Dylar complex. Dylar is this drug that Don DeLillo created for white noise, if anybody's read the novel White Noise. Dylar is this high-tech new drug that will cure the fear of death. The only problem with it is that it's so volatile and dangerous that one of its potential side effects is death. So in classic DeLillo form, then you have to risk death in order to cure yourself from the fear of death. So, associated poems, number 2.
A cultivated lassitude.
With an outsized serving of solitude.
Maybe I need a new mission statement.
Managed from afar.
Life is a song that tells a story.
Skips a beat, bequeaths a sigh.
Why dream I so of mountains?
Being the only place to only be.
The dead person's books.
Stacked bodily in sad cardboard boxes.
The grail of the canon.
Engilded in dross.
Teaching myself distance.
Distancing others from teaching.
It's poetry or pills for me.
The Dylar complex.
The Control S soul.
The controller's secret sign.
One of the things I hate most in the world, apart from corridors, are airports. No stranger to corridors themselves. In November, I had to fly to England, and thus endure the Dante International Airport that is Heathrow, and the ghastly welcome to Canada that is Halifax Stanfield. Somewhat perversely, as it could have tipped me completely over the edge, I chose the theme of airport for the last poem we'd write before I flew. I still hated the journeys, but I'm happy to report that writing the poems did seem to help, and had, I hope, the opposite effect of a tranquilizer. Here's one of the pieces we wrote.
Airport. It's like all that disappeared have suddenly congregated, waiting for connections to reality, understandably anxious it may be too late.
You see them repeatedly in dreams, in airport arrival halls, with sad flowers in cellophane, newly slicked hair, all the ornaments of expectation, waiting for the disappeared to return, for the 24-hour film to start again.
And the looped announcement delivered with the wasted irony of automation, remember to keep yourself with yourself at all times. Hence, perhaps, all the vaguely guilty expressions, the redundant anxiety of shame.
Okay, we'd like to finish with a blues number. Drawing together many of the preoccupations of the poems this evening, our theme song, if you will, we call it Anxiety. Anxiety. What to say? What to say? Don't be over-anxious, they say. Good to know. Just anxious enough. I'll cross the line, of course, I know I will. As a child, I was anxious not to grow up. Very. And so missed much of my childhood. And of course, there was the bomb, you know, about which I was told not to worry my head, at least till it's too late. Meaning I, not the world, had to mean the world to me. And what can you say? What can you say to that?
It's the saying, really, that's the problem. No one said you'd have to keep saying. No one said it wouldn't just come to you. Saying your way into what you want, what you might need. Easier to hide under the desks, waiting for the bomb someone else would drop. A saying to take you in a definite direction, because anxiety finally is about directionlessness. No way to say, nowhere to go, a free-floating nothing that at any moment stabs you with unutterable, unuttered uncertainty.
Which explains, perhaps, the anxious appeal of our calling. For poetry is, only ever is, as the saying goes, the moment it leaves you alone.
Thank you.
Thank you.